Hi everyone, welcome back to another gameplay of Infinitode 2. So in this video, I'm going to show you the results of my analysis and my tests, and I really wanted to understand how the difficulty at which you're playing on Endless affects the overall loot that you can obtain. It's not just beat this, remember, it's also, for example, the tickets that you can obtain, or the legendary these legendary blueprints that you can obtain, and the random tiles that you can obtain. So these ones are here, right? You can open them for custom up items. So it's a bunch of things that you need to consider when you're looting. So yeah, now if you go to research, right, you can see that here the game says that the higher difficulty means better loot. Unfortunately, from my tests, this is not actually true. And yeah, so first of all, I wanted to clarify how I made these tests and how the results that you're gonna see were obtained. First of all, I tested all the different difficulties by changing here by 50%. So I started from the lowest one, 150, and I did 6.3. Then I changed to 200%, and again I did 6.3, 250, and again another game, and so on. So I did it all until 900% difficulty. And I'm gonna actually show you now which was the strategy that I used, because I think that is pretty easy. It was very short as well. I didn't really bother about like trying to maximize loot or stuff like that. I just cared about, okay, can I have something that is gonna actually be repetitive, that is not gonna take that much time, that then I can compare, right? It's a very important comparing the results to one another. So you need to always go for the same setup, same research, same strategies, same towers. Everything must be as similar as possible, so that in that way you can actually compare the different results on different difficulties. So that was my goal, and I'm gonna actually show you right now which is, in my opinion, the best difficulty to play on this level. Considering my research and considering I have like everything maxed, 700% difficulty on Endless was the best difficulty for me in terms of loot, in terms of green pepper, not in terms of green pepper gains, but in terms of bit dust gained, in terms of legendary loot, not counting the tiles. So the items that I'm gonna just show you here in a moment. So if you only care about bit dust, legendary blueprints, and the keys, this is the best difficulty for you, 700%. The next step, so what I did in all these difficulties, in all these tasks, was to wait until the timer here reaches 7. So until I got, until I got 9 of energy. So I prepare myself right here, alright, and I was ready to place an infant miner. So as soon as the timer here reaches 0, placing miner, upgrading it level 3, and then as soon as possible, so as soon as you get enough cash, getting it level 4. So that's what I did. So this is how I did this test. All right, no more core research is required, and no more of these towers as well. No more abilities are needed. So that was it. And then I let the game continue until once again the timer reached 15. So I let the loot to occur between 9 energy and 15 of energy. And that was it. So these are the same things, so the same strategy I followed for every single strategy. Either it was 150%, 200%, 250, and all the other ones. Alright. So here, look at the timer. As soon as the number reaches here 0, I stop the game. Here we go. So as soon as it reaches it, you want to stop it right away. All right. Then I ended the game, and then I see the loot, right? What I was able to obtain. So you can see the actual numbers are here, and you can see here tickets, bid this. These are the quality, the random tiles I was talking about earlier. The legendary blueprints, these special 4 blueprints, the cyan chests, and yeah, the overall loot. You can see some platforms, some resources to place on custom maps, and yeah, this was the loot that I obtained. So I did this for every single difficulty. So I just showed here 700%, but I did this for every single difficulty. Now, of course, the first difficulties here, you get very little loot, but it's incredible how quickly the loot becomes better. So when you move from 150 to 200% difficulty, the amount of biddies, the amount of overall loot that you get is almost double. It's more than double actually. So changing just by 50% here increases dramatically the loot that you get. It's not much, but it increases a lot. Then moving on to from 250 to 250, once again the loot increases. Not as much as it was from 150 to 200, but still it increases by more than double. So more biddies, more green papers, more tickets, more overall loot. All right. From 250 to 300, this is the very last time that you have a spike in terms of loot gain. So you still get double loot almost, and it's still not much, but you get more. So it's in these early difficulties, like it's incredible how just increasing by 50% increases dramatically the loot that you get. So try to unlock like until difficulty 300. I think is the best one, because after 300, like if you move on to 350, it's not anymore like you don't get double loot as it was before. You get, yes, you get more, but it's not double. All right. And the more you keep on going, the less the increased amount becomes. So yes, you get more, but it's not as much as it was in these early stages. So that's something that we already knew, and yeah, it's the same. And then once I reached 500% difficulty, something very interesting occurred. That from 500% to 600%, you actually gain less loot. In terms of biddies, you get less biddies, and you get less keys as well. That are these items right here. I don't know if I can even show them to you. Keys are these ones right here. So the cyan keys, all right, the legendary ones. You don't get any more of that. Yeah, actually, I have one right here. Yeah, these ones are here, right? So you get very little of these keys. And yeah, very weirdly, especially biddies, like you get less biddies. It's so weird, but that's how it happens. You still get a little bit more of these quality tiles, these random tiles. You get a little bit more of that. Cyan chest, you don't get much. There isn't much difference. You don't get that many more of these special blueprints as well. So yeah, especially like it was weird, the fact that biddies, actually you get less. Moving from 500 to 600, you get less biddies. Then again, from 600 to 700, you get a boost of loot. Like you gain, once again, you gain a lot of biddies. And well, you gain more tickets, you gain more over loot. So 700% again, you get a lot of loot. Again, then very weirdly, 800% difficulty, I gained less loot, like less biddies, less. The only thing that increased was these random tiles. So these items right here were the only ones that I actually got more. But that was it. Like I got less chests. I got less of these blueprints. I got less biddies. I got like less of everything, less tickets. Like everything was reduced other than these tiles right here that increased. But that was it. So very, very weird what happens when you keep on increasing the difficulty. And then the very last level was 900%. And I'm actually going to show you now 900% because I think that it's very, very interesting what actually happens. So again, you can see here that I'm doing the same as before, all right? So placing these towers, upgrading level 3 with here the search modifier, placing the 2 mining speed modifiers, and then getting in the core first the coins per minute, of course, to increase the overall total coins I get. Then for mining installation time. So yeah, once again, like I'm doing the exact same things as before. So I already showed you 700% difficulty and actually did the game because I wanna then show you the results because I think it's very, very interesting what happens. Remember, the game says that the more you increase the difficulty, the better the loot should become. But is it actually true? Especially when you test under the same conditions, right? I'm doing this test, right, with the same amount of loot frequency, loot rarity, bit disrupt rate, my star research is the same, like everything is exactly the same. Same strategy. Once again, I'm gonna place this miner at the exact same time. So when the timer reaches 9, I'm gonna stop the game when the timer reaches 15. So every single variable is exactly the same. Of course, there is a little bit of RNG from how many bits you gain, because also the loot is a little bit of RNG dependent. But yeah, we can really see a pattern, something that happens that I don't know if it was supposed to work like this, or maybe I don't know, maybe it's just something that should be fixed. Right, so you see here 9, placing the miner, upgrading it, try to do as quickly as possible just to get these enemies out a bit faster, right? And then getting the miner level 4, and yeah, that's it. I don't need to do anything else. And now just waiting until the timer here reaches 15. And yeah, now if you guys do not believe me, or maybe you have a different amount of research, you can perfectly fine try to do this task under different conditions. Tomorrow I'm gonna stream in the afternoon, and I actually want to show you a full run of these tasks on these analysis videos, also trying to modify not only the difficulty of endless, but trying to modify, for example, bit disrupt rate, right? You can now reset it and you can try to see how it affects the game. Also changing loot frequency, changing loot rarity, and trying to see really how it affects the overall loot, because I'm very, very curious. So you can see the timer here, pausing, ending the game. All right, here we go. We have all the resources right here. And I'm gonna just go over statistics so I can compare. So this was the run I did before on 700% difficulty. And this was the run I did now on 900% difficulty. So 700% difficulty and 900. Now you can already see which is the main difference here. The different amount, so the amount of legendary loot that you get. Here you can see that I got still some of these sources, right? Here I got none, like I got one here and then that's it. This one was mined from the miner, so it doesn't even count. So just one resource right here. Instead here I got 1, I got 2, 3, 4, so a lot more. And the other items I think are overall the same. Maybe yeah, also these random tiles, there isn't any more the 85% quality. There is only 90, 95 and 100. That's one less thing that you get. Of course, the amount of green papers increases dramatically, like almost 4 million. Well, because of double gain, but almost 4 million increase. And then look here at the biddes, like overall. Yes, you have a little bit more biddes, right, than 700% difficulty. But look at the star blueprints. Also a little bit higher, but not that much. So there isn't much difference. Remember, this is 700% difficulty. This is 900. Look at the tickets here. I think it's very, very interesting. 156 rarity tickets, here 116. So I got more tickets on the 700% difficulty than on the 900%. In terms of lucky shot tickets, I got a little bit less. I got less cyan chest as well. I got 64 on 700 and I got 44 on 900. And then of course you can see the huge difference. So the only thing that, as I said before, increases is this quality random tiles. You can see here 2.9 and then here 4.4. But that's it. Like you can see that the other loot is not really significantly higher. That you would expect that by increasing the difficulty by 200%, you get like I don't know, 3,000, 4,000 more biddies. You get like 1,000 more of these star blueprints. You get thousands more of these random tiles. You get, I don't know, hundreds more of these tickets, hundreds more of these chests, but it doesn't work like that. The overall loot doesn't really increase that much. And remember that by playing on 900%, yes, you get more green papers, but the enemies are a lot tougher. Instead of 700%, enemies are weaker. So even if you don't have max research, like your towers are not super strong, you might be able to still make it. And you still be able to upgrade maybe the miners a bit more to afford to fight more enemies. And yeah, these were the results of my tests. I'm gonna do more tomorrow on the stream. And but these tests really showed me that now under these conditions, so when you have maxed with the drop rate, max loot frequency, max loot rarity, you have here on the star research loot rarity here, loot frequency right here, you have loot rarity up here. All right, under all these conditions, playing on 700% difficulty gets you as rewards in terms of biddies, in terms of star blueprints, in terms of cyan chests and all that, if not as much as 900%, but very similar. And so it's better, right? Because enemies are weaker and it's a lot easier to play. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you guys agree with this, or if you guys ever thought that this would happen, and what are your thoughts about this analysis. So I hope you enjoyed, and see ya. Bye bye.